Basically, I just finished work, and I thought I may as well update on you guys since I've been meaning to do another vlog for a while now. But in this case, I've decided to use the Sony A7 camera I use for my cinematics, and you know, instead of using the GoPro, I may as well just put some more effort into it. But anyway, the shop has changed. So I'm just going to be giving you guys a rundown of what's happened. Basically, there's been a last couple of months since the last video. We have changed the shop around, and we've also made a couple of progress on the cars we've had with the EVO. Yeah, that's it. So we got the 32, we got the 4-door 32, the wide body 32. And we also got our mate Steffi. Two of the boys, Will and Jack Ferguson, moved out of the shop. Fergo has a better shop opportunity that's closer to his home, so it's more beneficial for him. So he's gone out of this shop, but we're still friends obviously. And Will was only in here just to get some space to turbo his MX-5, which he recently successfully turboed, making 166.6 kilowatts at the rear wheels, I believe. And yeah, that thing's now a weapon. But anyway, I don't know if you've guessed it, but we are upstairs in the mezzanine. So in the last video, we've probably noticed that the shelvings, the floors were all downstairs, accumulating so much space. So when the boys were moving out, I decided to move everything up here because at the same time, when I had the sim, the computer downstairs, I was never using the mezzanine upstairs, and I felt like it was a waste of time, a waste of space up here. So I decided to move everything up here, and now we got a bunch of room downstairs for more dumb stuff. Anyways, thought I may as well give you guys a little rundown of what's happening. So up here, this is our spare parts here. I do plan on shelving some aftermarket parts for sale. As a shop, you know. So far we just got a bunch of spare parts that have accumulated in the last couple of years. We got our glass cabinet here, some parts we've used in the last couple of months. We've got the flags, stickers. We've got some merchandise here hung up just in case some people want to come up here and just pick up some shirts. Some TV that we watch. Sometimes we have the boys sitting over here, watch some anime. And back here, we've got it's not done yet, but we got a office space here. So we got a printer, I'm going to put a desk here, and a bed here. A bed over here for, a bit of private time. And also, whenever I have a late night, and it's a bit too late for me to head down home, I can just crash here for the night. This is the sim, but also, this is my only computer, so all the editing, all the design work, all the photography work, it's all done on this computer. And sitting on this seat for hours, it's not comfortable, bro. I do plan on getting a separated or second computer so I can use that as my dedicated editing or just some office work stuff. Anyways, let me show you downstairs. The EVO here. It's been a while since you guys have seen the EVO, and basically it's changed a fair bit, hasn't it? We have designed this livery since last year from our friend Sakura Creative, and basically we've got the opportunity to pretty much install it. Notice that we've put it on some different wheels. So these wheels are Advent GTs. We got these second hand from a guy that had them on a R34 GTR that he freshly imported. Didn't like them. Sold it to me for a cheap price, and now they're on their EVO. So pretty much on the rundown since the last couple of months since you guys seen it. Livery, wheels, brand new coilovers, and some suspension arms in the rear and the front, ZSS suspension arms. Oh, and also we got the Project Aero Varus front lip splitter. The only company that I know that supplies an off-the-shelf splitter for this lip, so it was rude not for me to get it. And honestly, aesthetically, it's like perfectly how I imagined it since the beginning. I've always wanted to put a livery on this car ever since I got it, and now we're here. It's not fully finished yet. I still got to put on the sponsor stickers that has helped out with the build. That has helped out with the car. So shout out to Logic Garage, Matt, who fully ceramic coated the whole car after the livery. Pretty much washed it, polished it up, ceramic coated it. I'm sure there's more to it. I don't know. I'll have to put down the list of what he has done for this car. If you guys in the Rutherford area in Newcastle, be sure to check out Logic Garage right here or here. Yeah, either. Yeah, and let them know I sent you there. But anyways, we got a couple of other sponsorships. Carlin, ECS Exhaust, and a couple other people that I'll mention later on. So the goal for the EVO is essentially a straight track car and also have some branding for the brand. This year I'll be bringing the EVO out to more track events, just some track days, just to have a feel of the handling characteristics before I add more power. At the moment it's only stock power. Literally it's just a pod filter and a, how do I say it, an upside down blow-up valve. What I mean is that the blow-up valve is a two-way blow-up valve, and I've just flipped it over so it's permanently closed just to get the factory flutter. I'll probably cop some hate from that, just people telling me that I'm just gonna ruin the turbo's life and it's gonna blow and shit. It's been kicking for 2 years, no problems. And if it does blow, I do have a spare EVO 9 turbo that will make this car into 200 to 250 kilowatts on E85, which is more than enough for a track car. More track days, more seat time, and that's essentially it for the EVO. Let's cut to the 4-door 32. The 4-door 32. You guys probably have seen this in the last video, it was last mentioned, and honestly we did not touch it at all. So as I said before, we had Will and Fergo in the shop before, but because of that there was no room to work on the 4-door. It's just been sitting here ever since, I haven't looked at it, and essentially it's just sitting here all sad. But we still have a drift event in the next 2 months. I still plan on getting this running and ready for the drift day for Letsuri. So Letsuri is a drift event that our good friend Letty is hosting to celebrate his bachelor party. It's going to be called Letsuri Box Bash, but we do plan on making this an annual event. Fingers crossed we do make it to the event. Let us know if you guys want to see a vlog or a video of us trying to get it running. Essentially, the rundown with the 4-door is that we got this 32 4-door, the RB25 was taken out, the RB20 was put back in. It wasn't a fully done job, so we've got to figure out the wiring, we've got to figure out the integral piping, just a bunch of little finicky stuff here and there, and also make sure all the lines, all the brakes, the suspension, all that, and the suspension and all that is still mechanically sound. But essentially that's it. There's not much to it, just a bunch of little gremlins here and there, but I'm sure just like one whole weekend we'll probably get it sorted. We do plan on scabbing some parts from the widebody R32, like the ECU, some wiring here and there, and maybe just like some little finicky stuff, just to get this running, since the widebody 32 is still not operating. But essentially, yeah, like literally there's not much to it, and the stuff that I'll be getting from the widebody 32 will be upgraded eventually anyway, so I can just recycle it into the 4-door. Anyway, let's go to Cody's drift car. This is Cody's drift car. So, if you don't know, this is a Nissan Zafira, or a Cefi. And basically, there's a lot of stuff that's been done to this car. But Cody bought it as how it is. So essentially it's just a fully dedicated drift car, fully gutted cage, welded in cage, RB25, big turbo Kingawa turbo. I'm not sure on the specs on the Kingawa turbo, but it's pretty big for RB25. From what he has said, the setup is made for 400 to 500 kilowatts. Unfortunately, it's not fully finished and running yet. The full drift car, that's still a project, but unfortunately Cody is unable to finish it, so he does plan on selling it. If you guys want to have a look-see, if you're interested in buying it, please send a message to me or Cody if you know him, if you've got his details. But yeah, let's move on to the R32. This is it, the widebody 32. You'll probably notice that it's changed a little bit. And what I mean by a little bit is literally just the wheels. Yes, I did end up selling the bronze T37s to someone that just literally paid the asking price that I had up. Not for a desirable price, more like just a price for someone to be like, hey, these are for sale, you can have them, bam. And basically it took a couple months for someone to literally just message me, ask me if I was negotiable on price. I said no. He picked them up the next day. So yeah, the reason why he bought it off me is because there was no other brand new, off the shelf T37 bronze in the specs that he wanted it for his R33 GTR. Essentially, yeah, it was just not entirely brand new. There was tires mounted on obviously, but I never rolled with it, like never driven on them. Found these wheels. If you don't know what they are, these are wet crans LXZs. The specs are 18 by 10 18 by 10 minus 6, I believe, and a low disc. Yeah, they look crazy. So the reason why I got these wheels is because literally when I saw the T37s, it was the day after Halfway Hangs. And obviously, if you don't know Halfway Hangs is a big drift event that goes on for 3 or 4 days, and people from Queensland, Gold Coast, New South Wales and Melbourne will go to one caravan park, party, have a good time with a drift track that's 20 minutes away from the actual caravan park, Rayleigh Raceway. And basically that would attract a lot of people, a lot of hot boy cars, a lot of drift cars. And since I came back from that event, obviously I was influenced on getting some nice dished wheels, and luckily these, I wouldn't say rare, they're just hard to come by. In Halfway Hangs there was a lot of hot boy cars, it was just all VSKFs, Minervas, they were all there, and Blitz 03s, but I did not see a set of LXC crans. And so when I saw this set that popped up on Facebook Marketplace and loved how the wheels looked, like I've always liked the look. Never seen another set in person. Sad to say it, but there really isn't a plan to get it driving. Still the RB20 all-wheel drive, putting things back together and fabricating the piping and little miscellaneous stuff for the new turbo setup, the G25 that's in this. In saying that, I've been too busy with the EVO. I do plan on taking some parts from the widebody 32 to put onto the onto the 4-door 32 to get that running, but the stuff that I will be taking out of this thing will be upgraded to different better parts, like the ECU, some of the piping. Have a set goal to have this ready for the next halfway hangs next year. I want to take the EVO and the widebody 32 and maybe the 4-door, depending if I can get that there. Eventually I would like to get this driving for halfway hangs next year. Freeze.